Yo, so spoiler warning ahead of previous Resident Evil titles, just in case y'all want to run the gauntlet or are running the gauntlet of previous Resident Evil games before Requiem comes out. So watch at your own discretion. With that being said, though, hope you enjoyed the video, and a special thanks again to Jinbell, I said Junebell, Jinbell for helping with the video. Wow, I don't know what that was. Just watch the video. Yo, what is up? I'm neonbeatgames, and welcome to NeonSideQuest, a place where we do anything but the main quest line. So, Resident Evil 9, aka Resident Evil Requiem, is around the corner and up the street. And I have been covering so far the countdown. If y'all have caught me live on stream, which you can catch me live on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Time Zone, you will see I have a live countdown for the game. Also, I've been posting live countdowns or countdowns-ish, whatever you want to call it, in the short section of the channel, so you can check those out. They're goofy, funny, but let's get to the point. I wanted to do a top 10 things of what I would like to see in Resident Evil Requiem. However, my knowledge and lore is not at its best because there's still some games I haven't played. I'm playing some of the games for the first time on stream. So I enlisted a very good friend of mine, a kindred of mine, to help me get through this. And that is Jinbell. Yeah, Jinbell. I derped the name. It's Jinbell. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
So, Jinbell is the master of Resident Evil. They know all of the lore. They have dove deep into it, even know about the Japan only specific animes and stuff. Like, that's how good Jinbell is. So, since Jinbell is the mastermind behind the lore, I needed their help to create this top 10 list. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So at number 10, we talked about what upgrade system or what merchant upgrade system they have for like weapons and stuff. So what do you think they will do for Resident Evil?
So my best guess here is I don't think that a merchant or a duke style character would really fit into the aesthetic of what they're going for, like what they had, if we're trying to get a callback to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they would do something more of just like a weapon talent tree or upgrade system where you're choosing a path where you're kind of focusing more on, am I doing more heavy melee and focusing on the fighting aspect, or am I going to be doing like gunplay?
Yeah, I agree, because like back in 2, as many of y'all may have played or saw me play, there was like no weapons upgrades at all, or no merchants or dukes. Pretty much you just find it laying around, and it made sense in the Raccoon City setting because it was a police department and it had a weapons section, and weapons was spread out all over the place. But the other Resident Evils went into like a merchant, which I always found hilarious, that the merchant was like, yo, hello there, stranger, come out of nowhere.
What are you buying? What
Right?
are you selling?
Like, where did you come from? Like, don't worry about it. Just I got goods and you need goods. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you're looking at it from like a perspective, what is this character doing there? The merchant himself, he is quite like an enigma of a character. Like, if you're trying to realistically think about it, like, what is he doing there and why is he helping? It doesn't make sense. Like, don't try to make sense of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they would try to carry that into 9. I think they're trying to kind of just get more of a callback for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it would be nice to have like some type of weaponry, or upgrade for like melees and stuff like that. And also anything on the list that may have been talked about in the last trailer, we don't know. I haven't even seen it yet, and I will be doing a video talking about it. So shut up, listen. Anyway,
yes, I have been spoiler free for the newest trailer that came out. I only watched the original one that they did the coverage for, and that was it for me. So any and all that I've listed are things that have purely been just me speculation.
Yes, and same on my end until I watch and see. So yeah, we're still doing the video. Just vibe out, watch the countdown, and add your countdowns in the almost a description below, in the comments below. So okay, number 9, the corruption in the FBI. I feel like that makes a lot of sense when we was talking about it before we got into the video.
I think they're trying to get like a driving point of why Grace is going to be there, and since she's supposed to be working in the FBI, I feel like the best way to kind of push the story along is that there is somebody kind of pulling the strings within the FBI, pushing it along, that's working for whatever it is the big bad is supposed to be at the end, or whatever the big reveal is going to be.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think it would definitely fit story-wise too, because man, like imagine this is something that connects everything together to either Resident Evil 2 and its ending, which we'll get to that later in the list, just hold y'all horses, or to the very beginning of either Resident Evil 0 or Resident Evil 1, something along those lines. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling, is that would probably be the best way to do it, and it's not like they've shied away from using that before. Like, they've done it with having corruption in the BSAA, they've had it with corruption within TerraSave in the Revelations games, so I think it's, even if it is like sometimes an overplayed trope, that it just fits the mold of what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just makes sense. Wait, hold on. BRB. Yeah, that part with me walking away is definitely get cut off the video. Just leave it on.
Can you edit like a little tiny clip of like some 8-bit character just running away really quick and then coming right back and then starting the video up again?
So next on the list at number 8, we have Sherry with a side of Molar. Jake Molar, for those who, don't know. So in Resident Evil 6, Sherry Birkin teamed up with Jake Molar, who is the son of Albert Wesker, and they did some things, and it was awesome. It was really cool. I kind of enjoyed playing their mission. Didn't really care for the downhill ski part, jet ski part, the ice ski, well, not ice ski part, what? The sled part? Yeah, there we go. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that Sherry has a chance of being mentioned at the very least, seeing how she was a part of Resident Evil 2?
I think out of all of the survivors that have come out of Raccoon City, she has the highest probability of being a character that does appear. Mm-hmm. And I think with the side of Jake Molar is because he is pretty much conjoined to the hip of her. So that would be the only reason why we would see him. Otherwise, I don't see why he would really have a tie to this. But Sherry definitely does have deep roots in this. Yeah,
Jake just becomes a new Ashley, but no, he can actually fight.
Yeah, right. Like, he actually is worth his weight in salt.
Yeah. Instead of being Leon, it's Sherry.
Sherry, please.
I'm not gonna make it. My favorite Chris quote in Resident Evil 5. I don't know why.
Oh my god, they're so dramatic and I love it. Like, I cannot get over just how, dramatic Resident Evil is as a whole.
For real.
I love how over the top it is, and that's what makes it so endearing to me.
Yeah, and like it takes itself serious, but also knows how to not take itself serious at the same time, and it's chef's kiss.
Yes, exactly. It knows the point where it needs to be a silly goose and where to be a serious goose. So
exactly. All right, coming in at number 7, The Mold. So I actually relatively know nothing about The Mold because I have not played the Ethan saga, as I like to call it. But Jinbell, I'm gonna let you take over this part.
Alrighty. So 7 and 8 were the ones that focused heavily on the mold, and without playing 8, there really is no connection of the mold into the mainland series, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So once you play 8, that's when they start trying to connect the mold to being the progenitor virus, if you would, where it all started. Okay. So I think that if they were going to do some type of mention of the mold, it's just going to be as the progenitor. But my main thought is this is going to be a new T-virus strain instead.
Ooh,
but they are going to link it to it being another, portion of the mold, because everything started from it.
Everything starts from the mold. But that would be really cool. That would be really cool. I have to play, the Ethan series and get my dose of the mold not actually the mold, but yeah. Anyway, so next on the list is at number 6 we have Jill, Claire, Ada, and Chris. So anyone who's familiar with the Resident Evil series knows that Jill, Claire, Ada, and Chris play a very important role in the series. Ada alongside Leon. Every time we see Leon, Ada's right there. You know, for whatever reason, it just brings them together. Jill was introduced to the series in Resident Evil 2, so she came across Leon, and she has a connection to not only Raccoon City situation, but also Code Veronica and what happened there. And then we have Chris, which is pretty much like the second big protagonist next to Leon. Along with Jill, which I almost forgot her name and forgot her altogether. But yeah, all those names we mentioned is an important part of the series. But will they play a part in 9? Do you think they will play a part in 9?
I don't think they will, but I would like to see them, if they are going to come in, as good honorable mentions that progress the story in a good way, not just dumping them in saying, hey, they were here because they are Raccoon City survivors and they have these ties. I want it to make sense, so don't just force it on it for fan service or just to please us. I want it to make sense.
Yeah, same. And especially with like Jill and Chris, because Jill, not only did it started with her in Resident Evil 1, but her in 3, almost missing Leon by what, like how close they could have actually crossed paths in Resident Evil 2 or 3.
Exactly. They're pretty much kind of just dancing around each other between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So they take place pretty much simultaneously. It's crazy the fact that Jill never ran past Claire or Leon in any of this, or for that matter, Carlos.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually, out of all of them, it would be nice if Jill did like end up there somehow or another. Make it make sense, of course, because I would like to see a legendary meetup with Jill and Leon. Like, I think they owe that to each other, seeing how they was pretty much just dancing around each other the entire time in Raccoon City.
I agree. And the last time we saw Jill was in the first Revelations.
Yeah.
For her to actually have her thing, other than her, appearance in 5.
Right.
So I think she's due for something, but I also think Claire herself is due for something. Her last one was Revelations 2.
Yeah.
Like, these are very intricate characters that are just so powerful in their own right that I think that they deserve something more than just kind of being sidelined characters. And I mean, for that matter, talking about sidelined characters, let's bring up Rebecca Chambers. We haven't seen her since, 0, other than if you're watching the animated movies when she pops up in Death Island.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, hopefully they're in there and it makes sense, even if it's like a cameo, but hopefully it's like a little more to it, I can actually see where, since Chris has been investigating all of this, if they do work in something with the mold in some way, shape, or form, or if not the mold, like the FBI sends Chris to either back up Leon or as, I almost said a countermeasure. No, that wouldn't make sense to make a countermeasure. But either like to back up Leon, or he was there investigating it on his own for some reason. I don't know.
Right. No, that would make sense involving Chris in with the mold. So if there is going to be some prospects of the mold, there is a huge probability that we could see Chris with it, since he was the one working on it in 7 and 8.
Yeah. So coming in at number 5, we have the zombie journal entry. So me and Jinbell was talking about this, and I thought they thought it would be an amazing idea, and I jumped on board immediately because we've had over the series zombies at the most just being mindless, but then slowly but surely as the series progressed, zombies having more yes, having more consciousness, working alongside either Sattler or whoever there was working alongside in Resident Evil 5. I don't remember, it's been a while since I played 5. But more awareness and just doing things and coordinating. It would be nice if they have a journal entry where a zombie is reverting back to human and gaining more and more conscious. Share your thoughts on that one.
Yes, so this one's an exciting one for me as I am super into reading the journal entries and all the lore that you can glean from those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be really awesome if, since we've already seen that you can tell some of the zombies are, retaining memories or feelings, and just to kind of touch base on the Itchy Tasty one from Resident Evil 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's a journal entry where one of the scientists is slowly turning into a zombie, and the last thing that he's just able to write before he's just completely gone is Itchy Tasty. I think it would be a really cool aspect to see it going in reverse, is them having enough memory that they're able to write or do something more human-like or getting their humanity in enough of a burst to be able to write a journal entry so you can get a kind of a feel of what's going on in like those neurons that are firing that are keeping them going.
Yeah.
That are like animating them. So I think that would be really cool.
That would be awesome. And I personally I like reading like the lore and stuff in journal entries as well. If anyone who came in on the Claire part where I didn't read them, that's because I already read them through Leon's side, so don't at me. But no, I like reading the lore and seeing something like that. Oh man, yeah, I would eat that up for real. That would.
Yeah, I mean, I like to go back and just reread stuff just to experience it again. It's just really interesting to watch it being pieced together by not just like numerous people, because they're experiencing it in different like phases or waves of what's going on with their different outbreaks.
Right.
So I just think like the insight of what's going on in reverse order would be mind blowing.
That would be mind blowing. That would be awesome. All right, so coming at number 4, the lab nest survived. I feel like I said that wrong. The lab nest survived and Birkin lives. So in Resident Evil 2, there's a whole bunch of BS happening under Raccoon City and under the RPD Raccoon City Police Department, and that was the nest, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And anyone who's played Resident Evil 2, OG or Remake, at least I think they did Remake. I haven't played Remake yet, but anyone who played Resident Evil 2 know that Birkins, who is also the father of Sherry Birkin, he injected himself with which virus was it? The T virus or
G?
The G virus, yeah, the G virus, the gangster virus.
The OG.
The OG virus. Yeah, right. I'm the OG of the OG. But he injected himself with the OG virus, and yeah, he was running amok. There is a point in the game as well where you just see me get clobber knocked by him as Claire. It was hilarious. But
I love that clobber knocked.
Clobber knocked, yeah. He straight up.
Knocked.
He had a pipe in his hand too. I was like, it's unfair, bro. You don't need the pipe. You already got you. Like what? But yes, plot twist. It would be interesting if it survived the total annihilation that happens in Resident Evil 3. What is your thoughts?
Yes, so I would love that the nest actually wasn't destroyed, since they kind of nuked topside.
Mm-hmm.
I have hope that maybe, because that was Birkin, the wife, she wanted to kind of nuke the whole nest and everything to destroy all of the research that they had, kind of like what they did with Spencer Manor, and to get rid of Birkin in his crazy G form, because he was an absolute monstrosity.
Oh, yeah.
So she thought, like, nuking that, I want it to be where he, like, it wasn't completely destroyed, but enough to where he couldn't get topside, and he's just been mutating ever since. So this entire time, that G is slowly mutating and getting even stronger or crazier infected.
Ooh, yeah, that would be, oh man.
And he doesn't even have to be like the evil Birkin too. Like it could mutate to the point that he becomes, I guess, a good character. I don't want to say good, but loosely, like better than your typical zombie. Like he's more on the course of actually being more helpful than harmful.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. So yeah, and it also would like justify or make sense or add more layers to, let's say, Sherry being there and whatnot. It'd be nice, a little connection since, you know, they're both Birkins and they both was in Resident Evil 2.
Right, that's her dad, and I mean, she wouldn't be what she is now if she wasn't infected with the G virus from her father.
Right.
So that could be a way to link those two also to bring Sherry in.
Yeah. See, I told you this callback. I told you. Let's see. So that was number 4. At number number 4. I'm losing count. Ignore me, y'all. So number 3, Leon being extra.
Yes.
We need our king to be extra because that's a part of Leon's personality. I'll say ever since 4, because I feel like he was like a little more serious in 2.
He was, coming up being the rookie cop. He didn't know what he was getting into, so he was trying to be a lot more serious and be the one who's trying to save everybody. And then I think kind of once you get to 4 and after all of the BS that he's dealt with up to this point, he kind of just let loose and he's like, you know what, this is me.
Yeah, and that's like really cool, so
like he doesn't even have to be goofy. I enjoy that aspect of him, but
we just need him to be extra. He don't need to be serious, moody Leon. We need him to be, the Leon that we come to know and love.
Right. I want him to retain some of his personality and not just, come walking in here, axes ablazing, like, here I go killing again.
Yeah, right. Also, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I would really enjoy just seeing, even though he's getting up there in age, like he's in really good shape, like fantastic shape even. Like whatever training regiment he is on, it doesn't look like he has missed any of it. So I think he could still afford to do a little backflip unnecessarily off of something and not hold his hip and go, oh no.
Yeah, right. I'm too old for this ish. Like, nah. Don't have him pulling the Danny Glover.
Right. Or even just the occasional one-liner. Like that's what I really enjoy about him the most too, is being able to do something like they did in Resident Evil 4 Remake when Where's Everybody Going? Bingo. They kept that in from the original. So.
Yeah. W keep in. Like, oh man. They was cooking. Also, on a side note, did you hear that Capcom let their female employees design Leon? Like, W choice?
Yes.
W choice?
100%. Fantastic. Love what they did.
Yes. All right, so coming in at number 2, Alyssa Ashcroft, big reveal. That almost broke my language barrier trying to say that. So I'm gonna let you take the lead on this because you know a lot more about Alyssa than I do.
So in Resident Evil 4, there is a redacted note that Krauser had, and I want there to finally be a link between what was going on with Operation Javier and Alyssa being the one who was trying to expose it. So I want there to be some big break that we're finding, and that's why she was killed off, or maybe Alyssa actually wasn't dead and she's still alive, or we see her die, or she is part of this like super mutation now, or the new T-virus strain.
Yeah.
But my big thing is I want there to be a link between this and Operation Javier. So I think that would be a good way to bridge what we saw in 4 when we see the redacted notes on somebody trying to break this case and Alyssa being the reporter or journalist that was doing it.
That would be really cool. And hold on, I had thoughts in my head, but I was like locked in and I forgot. But something along the lines of in Resident Evil 9, a lot of loose ends being tied up by, let's say, the person that's behind the corruption in the FBI. I think that would also add like an extra layer to it. So like we're learning about the big reveal with Alyssa, and then it also ties into the big reveal of if there's a big bad in the FBI that's trying to hide things and maybe bring back Umbrella or something along those lines. If that makes sense.
Right, exactly. No, that makes perfect sense. I think that would be a really good bridge of why we've come to this point. And Alyssa is kind of at the head of it all. And that's why Grace is stepping up to being, the golden child that has to fix everything.
Yeah.
It's like she's finishing off this legacy.
Yeah. it's my turn now to be the next Shirley Birkin.
Yeah. Shirley Birkin.
Shirley Birkin. Shirley Birkin. Sherry, I did. Okay, that was bad. We gonna talk about that. Okay, so before we get to the number one, even though I did not mention this to Jinbell before we started recording, we gotta do some honorable mentions. So I'm gonna pick the low-hanging fruit from your bingo card, Leon Cake. If this is not a camera shot of his thick dumpy on the screen, I'm gonna be disappointed.
So I put this on my bingo card purely for call back to Resident Evil 4. Alright. When Leon's getting ready to like reach out to Ashley, when she's on that like dais and all of the like plagas are around her, and he gets dropped through the floor. And, you know, he lands in, like, the nasty, swampy area, and there's a guy impaled over to his right, and he's like, oh, it really stuck that landing, you know.
Yeah.
And then you have to kneel down and crawl through that, like, little gap, and all you see is his ass straight to your face.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Woo. Give me that.
Yeah.
Honorable mention. I'm waiting for one of those.
We need that shot, because, like, yeah, we just need that shot. Second honorable mention, Chris appearing and punching something. It has to be something big and impossible to punch, because that's now Chris's thing. He's punched a boulder. Maybe he's punching the side of Raccoon City Police Department. I don't know why. It doesn't matter.
Blast the whole RPD into the universe.
Yeah, right.
Launch that straight to the moon.
Yeah, right. It's just like, oh no, we're stuck. How are we gonna get out here? And Chris just punches through the wall. Like, even if it didn't make sense, I would just be like, you know what? It makes sense. It's Chris.
Oh, I got you one better. All right. So you know how they dropped a bomb to nuke, like all of Raccoon City?
Yeah.
They're just gonna drop Chris, like airdrop him straight in. He's just gonna punch the ground.
That would be freaking hilarious. No, yeah. Oh my goodness. But okay, so
clip to Yamcha like blasted into the ground, and that's RPD.
Yeah, right. Oh man. But okay, so for the number one here, and Jinbell has to take over this because Jinbell is like obsessed with this one here, and I need to dive more into this too. Lisa Trevor, the one who despises Albert Wesker. Jinbell, take the wheel.
I think Lisa Trevor is one of the greatest Resident Evil characters that does not get enough love. So she is, specifically from one remake, even though you can catch little clips of like journal entries for her.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be a character that, like I said, with Birkin being like the super mutated on the good side, if Lisa Trevor could appear in here and be the one who's like helping out Grace, or runs into Leon, and Leon thinks, oh no, like crazy infected, but she ends up showing, hey, I'm the good infected. I would love to see Lisa make a comeback. We didn't get to see her die. She's like killed off screen, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So in my eyes, if you are not killed on screen, you are still alive.
Hey, it's anime logic. It's literally, that's how they, get around someone being permanently yeeted out of existence. You didn't see him happen.
Right, exactly. Like, I think she's an amazing BOW, or just special infected.
Yeah.
And I want to see her character get some love. I think she is just absolutely tremendous. The poor girl deserves a little something after everything that she has been through. But if she has lived that long, like, that would be crazy.
Yeah. And just hearing about this makes me want her even more. I don't think I've come across the journal entry yet of Lisa Trevor. Or I did, and I don't remember. Because Resident Evil 1 had me, like, high-key crashing out at a certain point.
If you listen really carefully in 1, you can hear her scream, like, really early on in the game. It's like a really ear-shattering scream. Yes,
that's her! I saw that part! Screaming. Oh. I didn't even connect the dots either. I was like, I just saw that, and I was like, I don't want to go down there, but I'm gonna have to go down there.
Yeah, her journal entries are absolutely heartbreaking. So her and her mom are pretty much captured and experimented on. Her mother dies, but she lives and becomes like a special infected. Like everything that they're hitting her with, she just keeps mutating stronger and stronger, and nothing stops her.
Ooh.
And all she wants is her mom. Like, she's just a young girl who just wants to be with her mom.
Yeah. Ah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have. Well, I can't wait now to get back to 1 when I come back.
Right? Like, after reading all of her journal entries, and when you encounter her, it just. I don't know how it wouldn't break your heart just to stop and think about, like, this was a human. I mean, understandably, all the other, like, you know, T-infected zombies also, but just seeing what they did to her and the extent of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. And I think, you know, she deserves some justice. Justice for my girl, Lisa Trevor.
Yeah, justice for Lisa Trevor. Let's go.
So she is my number 1 character. Like, my favorite BOW would be the Licker, but I would put Lisa Trevor, like, on that level of how much I think her character is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree. But with that being said, that is our top 10 list of what we hope to see in Resident Evil Requiem. Again, it is around the corner and up the block, you know, just picking up some coffee, I guess. But, yo, if y'all want to keep up with the countdown, you know, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the notification icon so you know when a video goes live. Again, I go live Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 p.m. Central Time Zone. I multi-stream on here, Digital Launch Content, as well as Twitch. So whatever you're feeling, you can catch it there. In the description, all my socials there. You can catch that. You can click on those and see what's up. And yeah, with that being said, side quest complete. See you next side quest.
Oh, I just realized that 2019 picture. That one's missing a few, but there's another one. That one includes the 2026 and 2023. Sorry, were you recording? And I'm just sitting.
Hey, Ma.
Oh, hey.